All right, so check this out. I've always been curious about the VKTRY Insoles. I've seen their ads on Instagram. I've looked through their website. Apparently, they have carbon fiber on the bottom of them. They're supposed to help improve performance, vertical jump height, comfort, all those good things for athletes. They do ask you a couple of questions when you buy them. They ask you how much you weigh, what your height is, what your gender is. Obviously, I'm a male. I'm 155 pounds. I'm 5'7". So I wear a size 9. And this is what they came in. VKTRY, prepare to elevate your game. Comes in a cool little box. It's got a sticker there. They do ask you if you want cleated or not cleated. Obviously, I'm going to put them in some basketball shoes. So these are VKTRY Gold insoles. You can kind of see the carbon fiber there at the bottom, maybe a little bit. These are 8.5, 9 size, non-cleated. So we're going to slip them in to some Nikes. And I'm going to take them for a little test drive today, run them through some of my favorite jump exercises, and we'll see if it has an impact and if it makes a little bit of a difference. All right, so I spent the last 7 days training with VKTRY Insoles, literally 7 days straight, Monday through Sunday. And I wanted to make sure that I was getting the full feeling, the full benefits. I wanted to follow the instructions because when you get the VKTRY Insoles, it tells you to break them in essentially. Start with a light workout and then slowly progress from there. Especially on day 1 or 2, they did feel a little rigid, a little stiff, slightly uncomfortable, not terribly, but they felt a little uncomfortable. But then day 6, day 7 rolled around and they felt really comfortable. They softened up, they loosened up, and I was still getting the benefits of not losing that kinetic energy. So like that immediate rebound when you're on the balls of your feet, when you're sprinting, when you're jumping, when you're on your toes, right? You definitely feel that support. That's probably the number one thing that I like about the VKTRY Insoles is the extra support and stability. When you're doing depth jumps with weight at height, having them in your shoes when you're landing, it feels really comfortable and you do feel like you have extra support, which is super nice and feels great. If you're an aggressive athlete or you play a sport, they feel really good on your feet. They're really comfortable as you get to day 6 and day 7. As far as how much that actually has an impact, I'm not really sure. It's not significant. So in other words, you're not going to slip them on and get an inch off your vertical or take a second off your 40. Those types of things, but they do feel really nice. They have a lot of stability. They have a lot of support, which is great. But they're not like a miracle insole, right? And I guess that's one of the criticisms that I have about VKTRY Insoles, because they are marketed as like you're going to improve your athletic performance, and that's just not true. That's not going to happen, right? The second criticism that I have about VKTRY Insoles is their price point. $100 or $150 for the golds, I think is a little expensive for what you're actually getting. I do see the benefits and I do like the stability and the support. I do like the energy that's not lost when you're sprinting or when you're jumping. That does feel good. That is great. But you're not going to enhance your athletic performance significantly, right? If I were to rate the VKTRY Insoles on a scale of 0 to 10, I would probably rate them at a 7.5. Granted, I would rate them a little bit higher if the price point was a little bit lower. If they were $50, $45 on sale, I'd get them all day long. I think they're a great product. But at $150 for golds, it's a little expensive for what you're actually getting. Overall, insoles are great. I give them a 7.5 out of 10. I think they do provide that extra support. They do help when you're sprinting and when you're jumping. You're not losing much of that energy, a lot less. But overall, it's not going to magically make you jump higher or run faster, right? But still a good product. At $50, I'd buy it all day long. At $150, it's a little expensive for what you're actually getting. So overall, good product.